Typical, ain't it? This is vintage, vintage Allen. So the crook, Allen, decides this is what's best for him. Mm, mm, mm. I woke up this morning to this news. And when I mean this morning, I mean early in the morning yesterday. I'm like, what? Lavar Ball and Lonzo are being countersued for embezzling. Well, Lavar is being sued for being embezzling 2.5 million from his family-owned company by the guy who was fired and kicked out of the company, Alan Foster, trying to divert and steal companies' money and steal from the family. Now, Alan has, in the past, has a shady record for the things that he's done. Like, he's done these type of things before. And Lavar, was friends with this guy and never knew what was going on. Now, when Lavar first came on the scene, you guys called him and said, this guy, Lavar Ball, oh, he's just fun. He's a blast to be around. That's what y'all said. Y'all told me Lavar Ball was that guy. Lavar is super smart. He's intense. Oh, he just loves his son. Nobody loves their son like Lavar Ball. That's what y'all was selling me. Over and over again. Every time I turn my head, I turn around, it's Lavar Ball. He can't do no wrong. Everybody's just against him. When Lonzo Ball could have signed a deal with Nike and he came out with Big Baller Brand, y'all jumped down my throat when I said this is the dumbest idea in the history of sports. Why you hating on a black man who's sticking up for his father? He's just being there for his son. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't that what you told me? He's just a man looking out for his son. And I said, why wouldn't he sign a deal with Nike to have the shoe powered? He could have still kept Big Baller Brand. He could have had it powered by one of the majors because he's not going to be able to afford the overhead. You can't deal, you don't have the infrastructure for mass reproduction. You're not established enough yet. It'll take people 6, 7 months just to get one pair of shoes. But people wanted to support and believe in what you were doing. But it wasn't a sustainable business. Eventually, it was going to fizzle out in a couple of years. But some people have to learn the hard way. So when I was telling you guys these things at first, because see, Nike's already established, Adidas already established, you could have kept your Big Baller Brand and partnered with Nike. You tried to extort Nike. And they told you, good luck. Everywhere else you went, you tried that same infrastructure. And you know what you told me? This guy was smart. Then Lavar went to Allen for business guidance, right? Made him a partner in this business on how to monopolize and gain fortune and fame off the name and likeness of his three sons. Now, I already told you, Lavar's on the wrestling show with his sons. This was all more about Lavar than anything else. He was the mouthpiece. He wanted to sell it. He was being famous and getting a lot of hits just for being good old Lavar Ball. He was on the Fox talk show. Oh, no, big ball brand, do what you want to do. No, come on, Shaw. Who better than my boys? I'm going to have all three boys. We better than LeBron James. We better than everybody. Michael Jordan, can't touch us. I'm like, this guy gets on a show? Now, everybody is sitting here listening to this. Lonzo Ball is better than this. Look, I don't like LeBron James at all. But LeBron James is better than Lonzo. I gotta admit, LeBron James is better than Lonzo. Okay? Even right now. And you know me, that's a tough one to say. But it's true. But once again, you idiots was, no man, that's just a father who loves his son. So the Crook Allen suggested that the two brands of the Ball family, they create, and he wanted to make a basketball and entertainment business and didn't know how to do it. So LeVar loved Allen's idea and wanted to make sure that he was the biggest star in the family. Notwithstanding the fact that, he said that LeVar was broke, had very poor credit, no savings, and had zero business acumen. That's pretty personal. He also stated LeVar is a liar who fraudulently utilized BBB and BSG to fund his personal lifestyle. So Alan Foster also claims in the legal documents he invested a substantial amount of his own money to launch the brands. The products, including the clothing, the shoes, and the reality show featuring the family. According to his documents, Foster says the company started to make money. LeVar Ball misappropriated more than $2.5 million in company assets to fund his super extravagant lifestyle. He said LeVar spent millions upgrading a $6 million Ball estate and purchasing $1 million in luxury cars. Some of those expenditures includes cars, a Rolls Royce Dawn, a Bentley Mussolini or whatever, and other cars that he had. And he said he put artificial turf, furniture, painting in the house, carpet, redoing the swimming pool. He got chandeliers, a home theater, some brand new air conditioning put into the house. Then all of these things were coming back around. And they said they're going to do, they said he was a second father. That's what Allen says. He was a second father to Lonzo Ball. I didn't know he needed a second father. But he says he was the second father to Lonzo Ball, and his counterclaim to Lonzo is saying through investigations into the facts behind this litigation reveals that Lavar intentionally misled Lonzo about his Allen's alleged theft of the funds. Cover up the fact that Lavar stole from Lonzo and continues to steal from Ball Sports Group and Big Baller Brand LLC, which he refers to them as his personal piggy banks. Then says Lonzo Ball wasn't even a shareholder in the company when it was formed. So Lonzo hired a financial advisor who Allen and Lavar fired due to him having issues with the finances. After the firing, they said that he sent a self-serving email with false accusations that money was being taken from Big Baller Brand's checking account and that Allen refused to provide a backup of where the cash went, suggesting that Allen was involved in some nefarious activities. Lavar and Lonzo were aware of these accusations from the former financial advisor and never questioned Allen's integrity during the process. No, they wish they could have that back. They say Allen seeks to set the record straight, clear his name, and this whole cover-up theft that's been going on. So all the contract obligations that this guy had, who spent hundreds of thousands of his own money, he claims, to fund this incredible lifestyle for Lonzo, even while he attended UCLA for the 1 year that he went. And then, this was all before he thrust himself into the riches of an NBA salary. So the lawyers that Allen hired insisted that LeVar Ball conduct is what you would call embezzlement. So Allen is countersuing the Ball family. What do you think? As all of them are being sued. Okay. All right, YouTube Premiere. You tell me right now, what do you think about the situation? As the Ball family falls to pieces, this thing gets weirder and weirder. That's a shame. All these guys who was friends, just so quickly, it all falls to pieces. So who do you believe? LeVar or Allen? Well, in my opinion, I don't believe anything Allen says. To me, he's a crook. So to believe that crook, just because he could put a period and a comma somewhere, if there was embezzlement going on, you helped it. You helped it along. So you took advantage of a situation in which you knew you were the only one who knew the business and knew what you could manipulate and get away with. So you thought. So I'm not going to hold you anymore for time, but LeVar Ball is like a kid, that you got to kind of guide towards the rocks. And this is one of those instances where you got to guide him towards the rocks. Yes, did he want to make money off his kids? Of course. You want to be a superstar? Yeah, that's not a crime. Embezzle? No. Get money out of the company? Yeah. I mean, but it's his company. It's the family. It's the ball brand. But we'll see what happens in the end when this all goes to court. Anyway, I'm out. Don't forget to hit up the Cash App. My Cash App is Carceno, Karceno. You donate, we go live. That's just how it is. Um, you can click in the description box too. Hit it up. My super chat in the description box. Thank you. Have a good night.